Alright, in our last video we created the delete functionality that allows us to delete players from our list, but right now we are using this default JavaScript confirm dialog box, and we want to make it nicer by adding a library called bootbox.js. So this library gives us nice dialog box that we can use, and the way we can install this library, we can use npm install bootbox. All right, and this bootbox dialog, I think it's dependent on popper.js and jQuery, but we're going to see if how it works. Let's just quickly get into the editor and install bootbox. So I'm going to open my editor here, open a new terminal. Let me clear this out and drag it up so you can see. And here we want to install bootbox. I'm going to say npm install bootbox. Then I use -- save to save the dependency. Alright, install bootbox. Okay, that is installed, and it says this popper.js is deprecated, so bootbox uses popper.js. So let's also install popper.js. So npm install popper.js -- save. Okay. Alright, so if we go to our node modules, we go to our node modules, we can find bootbox. Let's bootstrap bootbox somewhere. Here we have it, we have bootbox here, and if we open it, you have the disk folder, and there you have the JavaScript file. So this is the JavaScript file that we want to import. So I'm going to right click and copy the relative path, and then I'll go back to my angular.json file. Let's bring this down a little bit, and here this is where we want to add bootbox. So I'm going to put the comma there and add the URL, and before that we also want to add popper.js. So right here we also have popper.js. If we can find it. It's in a folder called @popper.js right here. So we have the dist folder here, and then we want to go to the umd folder, and here we have popper.main.js. So we want to copy that, and we want to import it here as well. Copy relative path and paste. Alright, so we have bootbox and we have popper.js. Now let's see how we can use it in our component. If we go back to our component right here, we have that dialog box, and let's just go to the documentation. So you're going to see the different dialog. If we go to example, you have a simple alert box like this. You have another alert box just like this, and a small alert box like this. But what we need is we need a confirm. So we can do the confirm like this, bootbox.allow, or we can do it with the callback. So we need a callback because we want to call our delete function in the callback. So we can do it like this with the callback. So we can do it like that with the callback, or we can also use the new JavaScript syntax to write the callback. All right, let's get back to the code now. So we're going to get our BootBox confirm. So we want to do something like this: BootBox dot confirm. But now we don't have the BootBox variable because we need to declare it at the top of the file. So we can do here declare var, and we can say BootBox, and let's declare it as any. And now we can use the BootBox variable, so we can say BootBox dot confirm, and then we can type "Are you sure?" right here, and then we can pass our callback. So we're going to do the callback like this. We pass the arrow here, and then we can write all our method here. So let's pass a boolean variable. Let's call it result. It's going to be a boolean variable, and we're going to check if result. So this is what would happen if you click yes, then we want to delete, and else if you click no, you don't want to delete, then we're going to navigate you back to that same page. So I'm going to do this router navigate. I'm going to navigate you to player, and then we want to add this.id. And here we want to call the delete method, but first we want to check if the ID is there. So I'm just going to cut this and paste it here. Looks good. Now we can get rid of this box. Alright, that's how we can use the BootBox, but before we want to check it in the browser, we need to build our application again, because we changed the angular.jcli. We changed the angular.json file. So let's rebuild this. I'm going to stop the terminal, clear the console, and we're going to run ng-serve again. Yes. Now I'm on this different port, so let's just copy it. Go here and paste it. And details and delete. Our BootBox is not working because we also need to import jQuery, and we need to import the types. So let's quickly do that, because like I said, BootBox is dependent on popper.js and jQuery, and we haven't added jQuery. We only added popper.js and the BootBox. So let's quickly install jQuery. So I'm going to quickly do npm install -- save jQuery. Now we have jQuery installed. We need to go back to the node modules, and let's look for jQuery. have jQuery right here. We go to the divs and we have jQuery.main.js. Copy the relative path and we go to angular.json, and here we want to add jQuery after bootstrap. Let's just add it before bootstrap. I'm going to paste that there. Okay, now that looks good. I'm going to save it, and then I need to rebuild the application again. So I'm going to bring back the terminal. We have this running. I'm going to stop it, declare it, and run ngserve again. We can check it now. This link, to copy it, go back here, let's paste it, go to the details, delete, and now you can see our BootBox delete dialog. If I hit cancel, it goes back. If I hit OK, you see that it's deleted. We don't have Frank Lampard anymore. So one last thing before we end this video, I just want to add a message that says that the player has been deleted. So let's quickly go back. Let's quickly go back to project, drop this down, and right here delete navigate, and here we want to add the toast service. So I'm going to put the private variable and we add toast service, and put this dot toaster, and then we can do an info here, and let's say the player has been deleted. Alright, put the semicolon at the end, and let's quickly save it. Load again, go back to the browser, and this time around let's delete Carlos Tevez, delete, and we get this, the player has been deleted information. Alright, this is where I'll be wrapping up this video. In the next video, which I plan to be the last video of the series, we're going to add a search bar and we can search for any player that we want to. Alright, see you in the next video.